right, good afternoon, and welcome to a special session of Money Chat Now. Hey, we're doing some cool stuff. As you know, we're going to be doing some serious podcasts using this station, and we're going to be talking to people, and we've been testing the system all week, and we've been creating some really cool visual effects. So today we're actually testing the Zoom portion, so you don't even have to be in the studio if you don't want to. You can actually be at home, and we're going to be talking about that and why. But I want to talk to you about the way you can get on this podcast. If you want to get on this podcast, you simply go to the LarrySteinhouseShow.com, theLarrySteinhouseShow.com, and /guest. And you can fill out the form there, /guest. You can fill out the form there, and you can become a interviewee on this show. I promise I will interview you. I promise it'll be fun, and I promise you'll have a really good time being interviewed on this show. So, we're going to actually go to our first guest today, which is our first test guest. And that guest is a guy who I know personally, and you might know him too, especially if you're a member of Investor Schooling. You might know him as a really wacky guy. The guy's kind of insane. He's a Daytime Emmy Award winner, right? He's done over 100 live piano rock shows a year. The guy is an incredible piano player. I mean, look, if it wasn't for Billy Joel and what's his name, the other crazy piano player, this guy would be the greatest piano player. Elton John, that's who I was thinking about. This guy would be the greatest piano player ever. He's known internationally for his television appearances on American Idol. And I want to bring you my good friend, Paul Moderano. Paul, we're going to bring you in. There you are, Paul. So so say hello to the audience.
Hello, audience.
There you go. I like it. That was about it. Huh? That's about the best you can do?
That's about the best I could do, Larry.
All right.
I'm glad to be a test guest.
You are a test guest.
On Money Chat Now. Thank you for having me.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you are the test guest because, it's so much easier for you to be the test guest than other test guests. By the way, can you say test guest 10 times?
Test guest. No.
I didn't think so either. I can't either.
I cannot.
All right, so let me ask you a question. So, first of all, let's talk real quickly about your American Idol appearance. Because I remember this to be the funniest thing ever.
That was 12 years ago.
I know. We were just friends then, and you actually told me not to watch it. Now, I remember, you did what to Paula Abdul?
I sang a crazy song to her about pretending to stalk her.
That's pretty funny. I think that's hysterical.
Yeah. Oh, it was. But everyone would be offended by that now. But I don't care.
So,
because it was funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. Everybody would be offended by it. You're absolutely right, because everybody's offended by everything. I got a YouTube channel that nobody lets me watch anymore. Nobody lets people watch anymore because I offend people with my politics. Isn't it horrible? So
it's terrible.
So you are an awesome piano player. So where's your next gig?
I'm playing. Let's see. I have 3 this weekend. The easiest one to get to is probably Beacon 70 on April 1st. I'm doing that with Shake, Rattle, and Roll pianos. And then my company, Off the Edge Dueling Pianos, is doing a benefit on Saturday at Cardinal Tom Foley in Havertown. So I don't know if that's open to the public, but
I don't know either. I don't even know where Havertown is.
Havertown, Pennsylvania.
All right. Hey, by the way, if you're watching online on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and you want to ask Paul a question, just let us know. Put it in the comments box. Let us know. We want to see if everything is working. So please let us know you're watching, or please let us know you have a question for Paul. All right. So you're a really awesome piano player. So why did you start playing piano?
Thank you. There was one in my living room when I was 3 years old, and I just started playing with it.
Really? So like
that's literally it.
Ding, ding, ding,
that's literally it.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I would play Mary Had a Little Lamb, which was, a very, very popular song back then for 3-year-olds.
Are you allowed to say as white as snow now?
I don't know. Who knows? That's it. I'm off your show, Larry. You're offensive.
Speaking of offensive, okay. You got this show on WWDB AM radio, right? Which is a station that we have a show on. I have a show on every morning, and you have a show on. What time is it?
Sundays at 4 p.m. And we've actually made it through 4 shows without being thrown off by the FCC. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Okay, so now I don't know how it's possible that you haven't been thrown off the air yet. How is it possible that you haven't been thrown off the air yet?
I don't know. I would think because no one is listening to the show. That's why.
Yeah, well, it's
No
pretty
one
funny.
at the station is listening
To the show, right? So you have some pretty funny stuff going on in that show. Tell us a little bit about that show and what's the funny stuff that goes on in that show.
Well, the funny stuff is, it's just a ridiculous show. I play songs that are just able to be played on the radio, but probably shouldn't. But they don't break any of the major rules. So it's if you liked Dr. Demento back in the day, it's probably similar to that. It's called Music and Laughter Radio. I have a lot of fun making it, and I just decided, you know what? I'm going to make this radio show. I'm going to put it out there, and I do it more for me, but I am getting a lot of nice responses from some people that are listening that enjoy it. So
yeah, I've listened to it, and I tell you, I laughed through the whole thing. I mean, the intro is hysterical with Gilbert Gottfried talking about your gargantuan.
My gargantuan balls. That's right.
Yes, because you must have gargantuan balls to put that on the radio, because that is amazing.
I guess.
And then you talking about some other things too, about your dueling piano show.
Yeah. I take some of the best bits that happen at the dueling piano shows and stick them in the radio show. We play crazy songs from ridiculous artists. It's just foul musical comedy. And then the nice thing about the show is I also put it out on Spotify after it airs, but then I'll put bonus material that can't be played on the radio in the show for people that like really sick, crazy, humorous, demented stuff.
Okay, you got to give me an example of something that you would put on the Spotify that wouldn't be. We don't have any recording of it, but just
just songs that are have too many expletives in them.
Oh, gotcha.
That you can't put on the radio, but are hilarious anyway.
So, what is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you at a gig?
The funniest thing that ever happened?
Well, greatest thing, or funniest thing, most exciting thing.
There's been some crazy stuff that's happened at gigs. It usually involves women crawling on the piano and doing ridiculous things because they get drunk and they're crazy. Women, I have to say, women are worse than men, Larry. Yes. They're worse than men when it comes to, actually, I shouldn't make that blanket statement. Some women, because people might get offended by that. And then, some women will come back and be offended and be upset by that. So I'm not saying all women are worse than men, but there are some women out there that are just crazy.
All right. How crazy are they? Come on, tell us the story.
I can't talk about it on Facebook, Larry. It's too bad. It's too terrible.
Is that bad?
It's that bad. It can't be mentioned ever again.
Does anything involve a wine glass or a champagne glass?
No. No, I'm just making a bunch of stuff up. It's not that bad. The gigs are fun. We make jokes. We have a good time. We change the words of songs. We make things a little crass here and there, and we just have fun doing it.
Cool.
So it's basically if a bunch of people were to come over, hang out in my living room, and I played some piano and stuck my 6 sense of humor in it. That's basically what a show is like.
So that's pretty exciting. So you're also known at Investor Schooling. You're known as Covered Call Paul, right?
Sure.
Hey, by the way, wasn't it a great day in the stock market today?
It was. I made a lot of money.
I know. I'll cash in a few things. Hey, Damien's online. He has a question for you. He wants to know if you made the decision to shave your head yet.
I have not. But ask Damien, who is from Boston, if he parked his car lately.
Yeah, there you go. Did you park your car lately, Damien?
Did you park your car, Damien?
Could you imagine a guy with a Boston accent named Damien? There's just something wrong with that right away.
I like Damien a lot. Damien, how come you haven't been in lately? I haven't seen you.
Yeah, how come you haven't been here lately? What's the matter with you, Damien? All right. So, what do you think of this idea of me doing interviewing people?
What do I think of it?
Yeah, I asked you first.
I think it's a great idea. I think, you used to do it. I know that you used to do it, and I do it on my radio show every once in a while. I'll have some crazy comedian or someone. I think actually this weekend I have Graham Noel, who books the musicians at the Ardmore Music Hall and a lot of different venues around Philly. So that's a really cool interview. So I think it's great that you want to interview people on your show.
Cool. So what time can people see your show?
4 p.m. on Sundays, and you can hear it. You hear it You can look at the graphic that I put up with it on Facebook if you want to watch it on Facebook. But
Okay.
it's on 860 AM WWDB at 4 p.m. on Sundays.
And it's called Music and
also-
Laughter Radio, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. We got the graphic up so people can see it right now. Actually.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. You know, we could do some really cool stuff here. Let's see Paul's ugly mug one more time. There we go. Oh, look at that! What a face, man!
Yeah,
What a face!
very, very nice. Very nice.
All right,
And
what
if
do you want to say to the
know
audience
more-
before we cut you off?
If you want to know more, go to paulpiano.net. That's paulpiano.net. Paulpiano.net for more about Music and Laughter, or you can go to musicandlaughterradio.com. But
Musicandlaughterradio.com?
Yeah, it's going to
That's a lot
take you
of
to
letters.
the same place. I
That's a
know.
lot
That's
of
why I
letters.
have.
Yeah.
That's why I have paulpiano.net. It's easier.
All right, very good. Thank you, Paul. We totally appreciate it. And
Thank you.
And by the way, if you guys want to, you guys can be interviewed on this show by me. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter who you are. There's no charge for it, at least for now. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it. Go to the LarrySteinhouseShow.com, LarrySteinhouseShow.com/guest, and you could be interviewed on this. Well, we forgot to do one thing. That's all right. But you could be interviewed on this show. And you can also be a guest on the show, and I'll promote you, and we'll have a little bit of fun. So we'll see you next time. We'll see you every morning, as you know, 7:30. Money Chat Now, 7:30. And then we're going to eventually, probably be sometime next week, maybe the week after, we're going to add the second half of the show, which is going to be this interview. So if you guys want to be interviewed, go to LarrySteinhouseShow.com/guest. Thank you for watching. I totally appreciate you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30.